my back hit the back of this pickup truck. And when my back hit it, I couldn't move. And he came down and he caught me right in the tip of my eye.
Yeah.
And I could feel like the corner of my eye right here, like growing out of my head, you know? I could see it going over my eyeball a little bit. And I looked right into his face, and I see his face like, I got him. No, he was happy he got me. But we really freaked him out. All of a sudden, I just stepped back, and I went, ooh, good one. That was a good one.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got PeeWee.
And so many times with shit like that, I almost wanted to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to close this shop. But you know why I didn't close it? Because I kept it open for the club. I made that the place to be. Come on, man. Out of one house on the upper floors, I had bunk beds built for 34 fucking members to sleep in that upstairs. 34 members.
So they would come and they would all sleep there during the runs.
And I would charge them $200 a person to stay there. And somebody said, well, that's a lot. No, it ain't. That's a room, a bed, and 3 meals a day.
That's really
I would go out and spend $2,000 in food. And every night somebody like, we're in a club is like, hey, who's cooking tonight? Billy is. Billy Staxx is cooking. What are you cooking, Billy? Whatever you're good at, man. Spaghetti, meatballs. That's what we're eating tonight. That's what you're cooking, Billy. Me? I was a big meatloaf guy. I cooked, ready? 25 pounds of meatloaf. 25 pounds. Yeah. Guys come up, hey, there ain't no more left. And I'm only talking about 20, 25 guys, maybe.
Yeah, you guys are out there grilling and having a good time.
Yeah, and if you wanted a sandwich, there was a sandwich. If you wanted a soda, there's a soda. That's what I'm just saying. You know, I even had free hot dogs downstairs. I had a hot dog machine. And then the cops came in there one day, you know, the way they fuck with me all the time. And they said, do you have a vendor's permit? I said, I'm not selling hot dogs. I'm giving them away. Like, you come in the shop, I say, hey, have a hot dog. You hungry?
Yeah.
So why would I need a vendor's license? I'm giving them to you. What's the difference if I cook them on a fucking grill outside and hand them to you, or I got them on my little hot dog cooker? But yeah, they just came in to bust my balls, told me I couldn't use it without a vendor's license.
They do that to you a lot. They fuck with you a lot.
I made so much money in that shop before I became a Hell's Angel. 18,000 I take home. After I became a member, my business went downhill. Downhill so bad, man. I'd be lucky if I left there with $5,000, Billy. I do 200 tires before I was a Hell's Angel on my tire machine. The last year I was in there, the last year I was open for business was 2010. When I quit,
yeah,
I sold, ready? 6 tires. 6.
Why? People not want to go there? Like, what was?
Yeah, they don't want to come there. They don't want to go there because, you know, the club guys are all standing out in front. It's intimidating. You walk up at your old lady, you're like, well, let's go and see what kind of, man, I don't know, you know, 20 guys. You don't walk up there saying, excuse me. You know, somebody said something smart to them, or because I did have that happen where I was talking to a customer and I told him, hey, he's a good customer. Come back every year. I told him, hey, I'll have your bike done tomorrow. You just come get it. He says, thanks, PeeWee. I appreciate it. And I had this member walk over who's not in the club anymore. We beat him up and we threw him out, blacked out his shit. Oh, yeah, because he was a thief. He was a meth head. He always had the scabs all over his face. And he stole from a good friend of ours. We got him a job, and he rips the guy off. So we threw him out of the club. And then he went and joined another 1% club, and then they threw him out of that one, too. So now he's just a fucking piece of shit like he is. But he
You
was
had the guy who bought the motor or something, and what, he got into a fight with the guy?
no, I did work on the guy's bike, and then he walks up, all drunk, and he tells the customer I'm talking to, "You got a stupid hat on." And the guy looks at him, and he had a Hell's Angel hat on. Remember? And he goes, "Well, you got a stupid hat on too." So, he squares him. I push him. I said, "Hey, there's a customer of mine. Back the fuck off. You're the one that started walking up here with this stupid hat thing. You got that coming. Now back off." Because he knew I would have lit him up right there. So he backs off. I tell the other guy, "Just come back tomorrow, bro. I'll have your shit ready. I'll have it ready for you." And he goes, "Okay, Pee-wee, thank you." I turn around. I maybe took 5, 6 steps. I hear this. Yeah, I turn around. Look, he's laying on the ground.
Oh.
Now, here's the thing. Cops are standing across the street. I swear to God, they're in the bushes. They were hiding him. I'm just I'm being a little, facetious, but they come running out from behind bushes, bro. I'm not bullshitting you. Like 20 cops. I'm like, what the fuck? And they chase him up the alley, and he takes off. And, they caught him. Naturally, they caught him. He went in front of the judge. The judge gave him 30 days. I told his charter at that time, I'll say his charter, he was in Colorado, Denver. I told his charter, "Hey, when he gets out of jail, you tell him to come to Vegas, because he disrespected me in my shop by doing that to my customer. And me and him and I are going to do a little dance,
Yeah.
And they said, "Okay." And he got out, and he avoided me for 6 months, bro. He wouldn't even come see me. Finally, he went to New York, and New York guys loved me. And they wouldn't even talk to him. And he goes, "Hey, what's going on? Why you guys treating me like shit?" And he said, "Hey, you're a fucking man. Go see Pee-wee and get this over with. You're avoiding him. You look weak." So calls me up. He goes, "Hey, man, I'm going to come talk to you." And I said, "Oh, now? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Now? If he would have came and talked to me right away, maybe I wouldn't have lit him up, bro. Maybe I told you I could be the bad of the bad if you want me to. And also I got a kind side to me,
Yeah.
But he made me wait. So now, no, the waiting game, nah, man, I got to fuck you up, So he gets on a plane. He comes to Vegas. We're in a bar. He says to me, "Hey, man, we really got to do this." And I said, "Yeah. You ready? Let's go outside." He goes, "Man, I really don't want to do this." And I said, "Well, I don't care. You ain't got a fucking choice. Either we're going to go outside or I'm going to do it right here." And we were in a bar full of people. Didn't want to really do it because of cameras and shit like that. So we went outside between the trucks, and man, I don't know what the hell held him up, man. I gave him a beating from hell, I mean, he had like big knots in his head where my knuckles were hitting his forehead. And I dropped him like 3, 4 times, and I said, "Stay down, man." Like, the Hell's Angel thing, "Stay down." And all he had to say to me was, "I'm done." I would grab him, give him a hug, said, "We're done." I played it exactly the rules were. I was right on that track. So he finally, he got up. We're between 2 vehicles. And, I was kind of moving, doing my little move around thing. He was throwing haymakers, and I was like, ducking him. And then my back hit the back of this pickup truck. And when my back hit it, I couldn't move. And he came down and he caught me right in the tip of my eye.
Yeah.
And I could feel like the corner of my eye right here, like growing out of my head, I could see it going over my eyeball a little bit. And I looked right into his face, and I see his face like, I got him. He was happy, he got me. But we really freaked him out. All of a sudden, I just stepped back, and I went, "Ooh, good one. That was a good one." Then I put my hands together and went, "Okay, man, try these for size," right? Now he knows I'm really going to kick it up a step, Yeah. I hit him with about a 4-puncher. He fell in the wheel well. He's laying over the tire. I told him, stop, man. Stop before I end up killing you. And man, he turned around. His mouth was all full of blood. His eyes were fucked up. And he turned around. He said, oh, I'm done. I'm done. I grabbed his hand, pulled him up, gave him a hug. I said, let's go in and have a beer. I'll buy you a beer. And he said, no, I'm just going to go to my motel room and lay down. A friend of mine, who's still a friend to this day, he runs a bike shop in Vegas. His name's Kenny. Kenny always fucked with him, and Kenny would say, hey, what did it feel like getting hit from PeeWee, And I said to him, why do you do that, bro? He fires him up every time he sees him. And I already kicked him out of the club. When he came to Vegas and he stole and we kicked him out, that's when Kenny was fucking with him. And Kenny goes, oh, it's so funny. He tells me every time you hit him, his whole body went fucking numb. And he wanted to fall to the ground and just lay there, but he couldn't, He wanted to show face, So I give him an attaboy for that. But I did give him a pounding, bro. But he gave me a black eye. That's one of three in my whole life. But that don't say much. That don't say much because my ex-wife gave me one.
Oh, so you had three black eyes in your life?
Only three. Yeah, and my wife gave me one of them.
How'd your wife give you one?
We were arguing in high school in the car, and I bought her a pearl ring, and it was a big pearl ring on her finger. And we're driving along, and as we were driving along, I'm arguing with her. She threw this is how long ago this was. She pulled my tape deck out. It was on a slide rack underneath the old 8-tracks.
I remember those, yeah. Yeah, you used to take them with you, right?
Yeah, she pulled it out, threw it out the window. And I gave her like a little backhand, on her cheek, give her a little slap, and I said, I can't believe you did that. I think it was like $120 back then. It was like $1,000 to me.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, you dirty son of a bitch. You slapped me? I'm driving the car, bro. I'm driving like this. And she held up, pow, right in the side of my eye. And right in the corner of my eye, right where dickhead hit me, she caught me with that pearl ring right there. And man, I could put my eye in. The next day I got up, I had like a half horseshoe around my eye, So you can't really give a guy credit for giving me a black eye if she did that,
It was worse when she did it, right?
Yeah.
Well, man, we'll do this again. You got a lot of stories, and keep it going for next time.
Right on, brother.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it, PeeWee.
Chatting with Staxx, bro. Keep it up.
If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, do fucking bad. Start your own podcast.